Most creators think they look cheap because of their camera, but in reality, it's the small details in their setup. In this video, I'm showing 10 studio upgrades under £100 that I use with my clients and in my own studio, and chances are, a few of these items will instantly improve how you show up on screen. Let's start with depth. RGB tube lights are one of the easiest ways to add depth to your shot. These ones are about £76 for a 2-pack, and honestly, they're great for what they cost. In my setup right now, I'm actually using 2 of them. One is acting as a subtle hair light behind me, and the other is matching the colour of the lamp in my shot so that the light feels connected to me. If I switch them off for a moment, you can see how much separation disappears. Turn them back on, and suddenly there's depth again. I'm separated from the background instead of blending into it. They're small, easy to move around, and perfect for little accent lights like this. They won't replace your main light, but they're brilliant for adding that extra polish. Next is structure. A desk. I'm not using one in this shot because my TV fills the frame, but normally a desk makes a big difference in a studio setup. It gives you somewhere to interact with the frame. You can zoom the camera out slightly, show your hands while you're talking, and the whole thing feels more grounded. And they're really cheap to put together. I mean, this tabletop is about £25 from IKEA, and with the adjustable legs for around £55 total, you got a proper desk setup. If you're using a desk, the next thing you want is clean lines. That means ditching the gaming chair or office chair. Those big mesh backs or racing seats just look messy in a professional setup. A simple adjustable stool, around £40, keeps your shoulders clean in the frame while still giving you support. It's a small thing, but it makes the whole shot feel more intentional. Next is control. I mean, there's no point building a nice studio if you can't control your lighting. Blackout fabric, it's usually about £30 for a decent size, lets you block window light completely. Velcro it up, suction cups, whatever works. Without it, daylight is constantly changing your shot. With it, you decide what the lighting looks like, and you have full control. If your lighting ever feels a bit flat, a reflector is one of the simplest fixes. I mean, you just bounce some of that key light back onto the shadow side of your face. These 5-in-1 reflectors are around £33, massive size, and they can do a lot. They can bounce light, diffuse light, block light, all sorts. Some people still overlook these, but honestly, they're still one of the most useful bits of kit you can have. Next up, stability. Most people start with those thin black light stands. Gross. I mean, they work, but they wobble, they don't give you much flexibility. A C-stand, I mean, this one's about £84. It's a massive upgrade. They're rock solid, you can mount all sorts of things to them, like lights, microphones, backdrops, and they just make your setup feel much more solid, and they give you that slightly more pro look. Then you got those moments where you just need something to mount somewhere awkward, and that's where a magic arm comes in. They're about £23 and they clamp onto like pretty much anything. A desk, a shelf, a C-stand. And once it's locked in, you can position lights, phones, small cameras exactly where you want them. It's one of those tools you'll end up using all the time and thinking, how did I go so long without it? Next, it's something that removes a lot of friction when filming. For years, I tried using camera monitors. Cheap ones, expensive ones. Instead, now I just use my iPad as a monitor. And the key to that is a simple USB-C cable, which is about £11. With a wired connection, I can see the image clearly, I can tap to focus, adjust the camera settings, start recording without getting up. It's a simple thing, but it makes filming so much easier. And I don't have to rely on the camera's Wi-Fi or Bluetooth connection, which sometimes just gives up out of the blue. This wired connection is rock solid. I don't know how I live without it already. It's something so simple. One thing I noticed in loads of studios is slightly crooked framing. Shelves aren't quite level, backgrounds are slightly tilted. It's horrible. It drives me mad. This is where a geared tripod head helps. This one's about £96, so just under the £100 mark. Unlike a normal ball head where everything moves at once, a geared head lets you make tiny micro adjustments one axis at a time. That means you can line things up properly and get everything looking perfectly straight. And those small details are what make a big difference to how polished your studio looks. Finally, identity. I mean, your studio should feel like your space. A large piece of framed art, it's easily under the £100 budget with something like an IKEA frame, can completely change the feel of a room. It could also be guitars, skateboard decks, books, anything you care about. Those details are what make a space feel personal and memorable. And that's really the bigger idea behind all of this. Sometimes it's the smallest upgrades that make your studio finally look as professional as you are. Those same principles, structure, control, precision, identity, are exactly what I use when designing studios for clients. So if you'd like help transforming your setup into something that really represents you and your expertise, there's a link in the description where you can get in touch. And if you want to see what the process actually looks like, check out the video where I transform a client's attic into a pro studio. I'll see you in the next video. Peace. Why do I keep saying peace? I've got to think of a better outro. Laters. Peace.